All right, one of the few matches that has been made official for WWE Elimination Chamber 2024 in Perth, Australia is the Raw Women's Championship match. Rhea Ripley defends that title against Nia Jax in what should be a pretty heated match when you think about the location of the match. Rhea Ripley, everything. Like the crowd is going to be great for this match, I would think. And when you consider all the heat that they put on Nia to this point, with the attack on Rhea Ripley, everything that sort of led up to this, they have clearly positioned this as a big-time match. I mean, you're going to have the other two chamber matches, of course. You're not going to have a Cody Rhodes match, a Seth Rollins match. You're not going to have Roman Reigns or The Rock on that card. So this is going to be a pretty big-time bout here. I don't know if it will necessarily be in the main event slot because you do have the two chamber matches, and it seems like a pretty good bet that, you could have the men's chamber match main event. You could have the women's match main event, just based on, kind of setting up maybe the next showdown for the winner of this match. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you, if you want the prediction up front here, this is one where you kind of look at the way this thing sets up, right? Rhea Ripley has been booked as just this dominant champion. The crowd, we know already, like they are turning her into a babyface, like she is getting cheered a lot, and kind of a situation where she's just had a pretty dominant run here as, the de facto leader of the Judgment Day, and all the airtime they've given her. They've put her in a lot of important segments. Everything that they've really done to this point, they have pushed Rhea Ripley as just an unbelievable top women's attraction. And now she goes up against Nia Jax, who at times has been unstoppable. You think about getting a clean win over Becky Lynch to start the year on Raw, and kind of having Becky's number, even though Nia did not win the Royal Rumble. We know that sort of was something that could set her off in this direction of now where she's taken her frustration out on the Raw Women's Champion Rhea Ripley to try to still get that opportunity, and now she's gotten it. And some people have said before, why didn't Nia just do that in the first place? Skip the Rumble, forget having to do all that, just go attack Rhea and you'll get your match anyways. But jokes aside, this is a big one because certainly, look, my prediction is going to be that Rhea Ripley is going to win this match. I think a lot of people are going to make that same prediction. It's really hard to see Nia Jax defeating Rhea Ripley in Australia for that championship a month before WrestleMania 40, unless they are just content on doing Nia Jax as the champion versus Becky Lynch as the challenger. Becky avenges her loss to Nia, and that's how we go for WrestleMania 40. I just don't think that's going to be the case. I think there's a bigger match at play here, and it is one that they, of course, set up at the WrestleMania 40 kickoff event in Las Vegas, where you had the face-to-face showdown between Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch. They pretty much made it as clear as could be that this was going to be the match you're going to get at WrestleMania 40. Any other combination, I think, would be very surprising. I don't think they're going to do the three-way with Rhea, Becky, and Nia. Because I think you could still do Becky and Nia before you get to WrestleMania 40 if you want Becky to kind of avenge her loss there. But the basics of this match are going to be simple. Like, it's going to be power on power, right? You've got Rhea, just this strong, champion, just the way she's built, all this other stuff. And then you've got Nia, who, again, has been sort of this unstoppable force and has just kind of used her power to push people around. And she's doing that to Rhea Ripley now. And I think you're setting up for that ultimate spot, whether it's, Hogan and Andre, whatever you want to do, like to where Rhea Ripley's just going to slam Nia Jax. And that's going to send the crowd into a frenzy, I think, in Australia. And, I've seen some people suggest, how should this match play out? Should it be, a very competitive match the whole way? This isn't going to be a long match. It's going to be one that certainly plays out where it's really just more about the power aspect. It's not about selling all this other stuff. Like, overall, it's just, hey, let's showcase the skills of each of these people. Nia may go to work on Rhea for a while here, but then Rhea's going to kind of ultimately triumph. I think how they'll play it out. Some people suggested maybe Rhea just completely squashes Nia here. I don't see that happening. I think that they want to clearly keep Nia strong, because otherwise, why would they have her beat Becky Lynch, right? It's to build her up for a spot like this, and to build her up is one of the main contenders in the Royal Rumble, even though she didn't wind up winning. But I don't think they're just going to come out and have Rhea just completely squash Nia Jax in 25 seconds or anything. I don't see that happening. So that is not the fantasy booking aspect portion of this video, is not predicting that to happen, because I think you're going to see kind of your usual dominant heel works on. Rhea's played the dominant heel too. She's not in this scenario. She's going up against the dominant heel in Nia Jax, and you're going to have Nia just completely, again, sort of where you build up that suspense of wondering, man, can Rhea really overcome this? Like this version of Nia Jax, who's already attacked her, she's beaten her down, all this other stuff. Can Rhea really do it? That's what they're trying to sell you on, even though we mostly all agree, I think, that Rhea's going to be the winner here. It's just how do they get from point A to point B? And I think it's just going to be, the usual Nia Jax, the power of her, and just sort of using her strength to keep Rhea down, keeping her down. Just when you think Rhea's about to maybe turn the corner, boom, Nia hits her again, knocks her back down, and we're back to where we started. But eventually, like I said, whether it's working up to a huge body slam, whatever else you want to do here, Rhea's got to hit. She got to hit her finisher, right? Could she? Like, there's all those questions about all these things, and I think that's the spot you're building up for. You're building up to that big moment where she takes the giant and manages to get her off her feet with a huge power move. Picking her up, showcasing her strength. We know Rhea Ripley is just strong as can be, and so I think that's how they're gonna do this. I think that's how it makes sense to do it. Rhea overcomes Nia. And then at some point on that show, I think you're probably getting, the face-to-face with the winner of the Women's Elimination Chamber. Whether, they decide to do that last, maybe they do Rhea and Nia last, and then Becky comes out at the end. Again, I'm going to keep saying Becky. Maybe I'm proven wrong, but I am just predicting. I'm going to give you a spoiler when we do our Women's Elimination Chamber prediction video. I am predicting that Becky Lynch is going to win that match and go on to face Rhea Ripley. So it's going to be interesting to see how they book that part of it. Do they do Nia and Rhea Ripley at the main event? Becky comes out. They have the stare down to go off the show. Or maybe they do the Cody Seth Rollins segment in the main event. It's very possible, too. That's not a match, but given the stakes, who knows? Maybe they throw that in that spot. We'll find out. Or maybe they do it the other way. Maybe the chamber match finishes. Becky triumphs. Rhea comes out. You get the showdown there, which, you remember, if they do this, Becky's going to get booed a little bit, like if you think about it and how they're going to do the dynamic. If they do this in Australia, Becky's going to get booed. So maybe they hold off on doing that actually. Maybe they don't do that in terms of the showdown. But listen, my prediction for this match, Rhea Ripley wins, and I think that she's going to pick Nia Jax up, and it's going to be, that's going to be the moment. The crowd's going to all be on their feet, and this is going to be just a pretty interesting spectacle, I think, with these two, just given the potential. And for everybody I know that has said things about Nia Jax in the past, and of course the injury stuff has to be brought up and all that, but listen, they've done a really good job, I think, with her this time around. Like, they have really pushed her and protected her and putting her in the right spots. Like, they haven't put too much on her. All she's had to do is just kind of play this dominant heel character, and they haven't asked for too much more than that. And I think that's the best spot for her to be in right now, is to put her up against these top stars. I thought she had the best match of her career against Becky on that Raw at the start of the year. And so, these are all things that are, positive heading into this match with Rhea Ripley, a huge showdown. And this could be the next biggest match of Nia Jax's career. And we'll see how she pulls it off here. But my prediction, Rhea Ripley gets the win. And I think, again, how they book it, it's the big spots. It's all about the big spots of, doing the slams, all the power moves, just the visual of having Rhea Ripley showing off her strength against someone the likes of Nia Jax. And that's kind of what it's going to come down to, I think, in this big match at Elimination Chamber. So let me know what you guys think. What's your predictions for this match, Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax? I think you're all going to probably predict a similar winner, but how do you see it playing out? And, do they do the showdown with Becky? Do they do it on this show? How does it play out? Let me know what you guys think. I always enjoy the interaction. New channel here. Hit the subscribe button. We enjoy talking professional wrestling. And, I look forward to seeing what happens in this match in Perth. But we have a lot more videos here on the channel to get you ready for Elimination Chamber. More predictions on the way. So, again, appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll talk to you again here soon at Wrestling Reaction.